Cheers, Ollie. What an atmosphere here at Easter Road tonight. Hibernian have beaten Andorran and Swiss opponents en route to this playoff for a place in the group stages of the Europa Conference League. But this is a huge step up against Premier League Aston Villa. And Premier League Aston Villa, who arrive here with just one change from the side that thrashed Everton at the weekend. Unai Emery, a four-time Europa League winner, is looking to add the Conference League title to his resume. Mati Cash is a player that drops out as Diego Carlos comes in. That means it's Martinez in goal, Carlos, Consa, Torres and Dean at the back. It's Kamara and Douglas Luiz holding, with Leon Bailey, Moussa Diaby and John McGinn up in support of Ollie Watkins. The bench, just the 9 named by Emery on the bench, including 2 goalkeepers, Tillemans and Bertrand Traore are the standout names there. Hibbs will go 3 at the back, looking to keep a clean sheet for the first time this season. Marshall in goal. It's Manchester United loanee Fish, Hanlon and Stevenson at the back. Miller, Campbell, Ewan, Ewell and Abita across the middle. It's Boyle and Dylan Venter up top. The atmosphere here is absolutely rocking. We haven't even had the sunshine on Leith yet. We're about to get underway. Chris Uelamo, this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is knockout European football.
Oh, this is what it... Look, listen to that. Fantastic atmosphere. I'm sitting looking at both teams in the line-up there, and the physicality Aston Villa have over Hibernian as well, you know. So again, we're talking about keeping clean sheets. That's going to be a big ask this evening. I think it's just about scoring more goals than Villa do if they're going to have any success tonight. But it's starting on the front foot, buying into that. Listen to that, Mark.
We are underway. Villa in the claret and blue will have the ball there, defending the goal away to our right-hand side, and they're already just passing it around at the back. Pau Torres into the side, and he has it now. He's going to go over halfway. He's shown a little bit too much of that and almost lost it in possession there. And the ball breaks over on the far side for Villa, who will recycle possession here. There's a small pocket of Villa fans away to our right behind the goal, and every Villa touch already being booed by the Scottish fans here.
Well, I'm just looking there. Hibernian are sitting off a little bit, allowing Aston Villa to have the ball across that back four. Then they went and they pounced, they won the ball back. The ball comes to Jordan Abita. He has to be composed in that moment, Mark. He has to take the ball in, get a couple of touches and maybe a couple of short passes. If he just tries to go forward first time and give the ball back to Aston Villa, it's about keeping possession of the ball when you have the chance to do so.
Well, Villa are just playing keep ball at the moment here. We had the former Hibbs and Aston Villa start. There's Bremner, the guest who brought on the match ball earlier on. He got a great ovation, a cup finalist here with Hibbs, and of course won the European Cup with Aston Villa. We are underway here at Easter Road. Still people arriving. It is of course a work day in Edinburgh, so people may be rushing from work to get here. We thank you for joining us on the TalkSport app, on DAB or on your smart speaker, however you're listening to TalkSport 2 tonight. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland man, Chris Uelamo, and Hibbs have got it inside their own half. They do well to ride the challenge there, but they've put the ball at risk and they've lost it. Luca Dean will win it back. He's shouldered off the ball, but it's won back now by McGinn, who's getting roundly booed. I'm surprised about that. Yeah. He's getting hammered from the home fans here.
Yeah, you know, I think in fairness, as soon as Aston Villa had it from the kick-off, the boos were coming out, not from McGinn, but it's one of them. It's part and parcel of the game. You know, I've got to say Hibs have to be better. They've had a couple of moments where they're in good possession with the ball. They can pass the ball or drive with it, but they're just that first touch is letting them down, and Aston Villa on the front foot, anticipating and putting as much pressure on the Hibernian players and getting possession back. So that has to improve, that has to be better.
It does. Villa will play it forward now, well run back by Hibbs. It'll break on the near side to Lewis Miller, who will go back to the veteran David Marshall, who's in his luminous green goalkeeping strip. He's gone long. They've gambled in behind their Hibbs, but the ball, when it will get headed forward, it would have been offside. It was Newell, the Birmingham City fan, admits that his brother and his partner are both Aston Villa fans, and he's a blue nose. So interesting night for him tonight.
Yeah, definitely. The emotions, it's a good player. You know, it's about controlling those emotions, and if anything, given that, using it as a little motivational tool to get to your best levels. But he's got a big evening ahead. You know, it's about doing the right things. You know, defensively as well, follow your runners. You know, you're looking at the responsibilities of Lewis Miller and Jordan Abita at the minute. As soon as it goes out one side, they've got to tuck in as a as a normal fullback, albeit they're wing backs when Hibernian are in possession of the ball.
Long ball forward was aimed at Bailey. It's cleared away. McGinn is out jumped in the air by Josh Campbell, but the ball, bit of head tennis. Now Villa will bring it back. They tried to get it to Ollie Watkins, edge of the area, but he can't get it, and in the end Miller does really well to get it back to Marshall, who's under pressure and has to clear right-footed towards halfway, where Martin Boyle was comfortably beaten in the air by Luca Dean. It's out for a throw-in down below. It's just looking at Unai Emery, and he's got the club tracksuit on. Lee Johnson looking smart with his blazer on, his 500th game as a manager for Lee Johnson, a man you know well, and it's a big night for him as well.
Yeah, and one that he'll relish. I think he loves testing himself. He'll know it's a big ask. He knows the difference in quality, but he'll have belief, and he'll put that into his group of players as well, that they can go out and create something real special for the fans to watch and kickstart their season, because that's what's needed.
Yeah, a couple of defeats to start off the Scottish Premiership season. So they'll need to start winning domestically soon as well, but here it's all about the Europa Conference League, the playoff here. Hibbs 0, Aston Villa 0. If you've just joined us having finished work, busy, another huge weekend of sport coming across the TalkSport network, including on Friday night a double-header. We've got football exclusively live from the Championship. Hull against Bristol City is live on Friday night. We're in the Premier League as well. Chelsea-Luton, 8 o'clock on TalkSport. Here's McGinn now, tries to feed it into Watkins. Pass was just behind Watkins. It will break though instead here to Kamara. Kamara will work it out wide on the right, where Bailey's looking to advance. Edge of the penalty area, twist one way, slip. No one took the ball off him. Still got it. He's got a chance to lay it back here to the edge of the area. Now the cross will come in, far post. Dean heads it down, and Marshall saves with his feet. Well, Luca Dean sneaked in at the far post there. Moussa Diaby found him with a great ball. It's a corner for Villa.
No, it's fantastic play from Aston Villa. It started down this left-hand side. Dean finding McGinn. Great close control. First touch takes him in behind the midfield line of Hibernian. The ball to Watkins wasn't great, but like you say, bodies in the box, great pressure, excellent ball in, and it was a good save by Marshall at the end from Dean.
It was. Corner kick for Aston Villa then, their first of the night. 5 gone, ball into the 6-yard box, good header away. It'll fall edge of the area, and Hibbs will do well to clear it. Now they're looking to break, possibly. They're getting plenty of green shirts forward here, the green and whites of Hibernian. They'll play it down that far side, but the pass didn't quite find Johan, who's so quick as well. Needed to be defeated, it was just too far in front of him.
Yeah, it was. It was an excellent break as well, and it's Campbell that's coming out, and he's got to do better. He's got to, when he releases Johan down that left-hand side, he's got speed to burn as well, Johan, but the quality of the ball has to be better. In a scenario that it was going to be 1v1 there, I think it was Konza as well that was tracking back, but yeah, played it straight to Konza there. It has to be better. That's the moments that you've got to capitalise on.
All over the top here for Ollie Watkins. He's into the edge of the area. He's forced wide right though. He's looking for support to arrive. He'll lay it out on the right hand side, where Bailey's going to try and whip the ball into the far post. It's headed away. They were overloading at the back post again there, Villa, but Hibbs clear.
Well, that's what Ollie Watkins is always going to be a threat in behind. Quality ball. I've got to say his first touch kind of took him a little bit away from goal. Fish all the way, great defensive position, taking him away from goal all the time. Ollie Watkins then has to come back and release the ball. So excellent defending there from Fish.
Still 0-0 if you've just joined us. Approaching 7 minutes gone here. We're in Edinburgh tonight. Live Europa Conference League action. Aston Villa, one of the big favourites to take out this title. They've got themselves a throw-in just inside their own half down their left-hand side. And probably for the first time tonight, the noise level just fell a little bit. It's so loud here. It's a wonderful little ground here at Easter Road. Wherever you sat, you're not too far away. We're right at the back of the main stand, but we're close to the pitch here. Quite a high vantage point as Luca Dean gets it back. And he'll get it away here for Douglas Luiz, who's under a little bit of pressure. And Pau Torres will look to play it forward.
It's quality from Douglas Luiz though. He's under pressure, hands all over him there, but you know what, he knows exactly where the ball is, always manipulating it, creating that little bit of space. There never panics, and that's the difference. They're going to see a lot of the ball tonight, but when Hibernian get the chance to get the ball down and play, they've got to try and use it. They've got to keep possession, get those small passes in, and then because the way that Aston Villa react when they lose possession, they go hunting for it straight away. 4, 5, 6 players go chase it down that high press.
Yeah, ball was played forward by Kamara. It was just a little bit too heavy, but already we've seen Leon Bailey looking to get in down that right-hand side. But it remains goalless here. 8 minutes gone. I think Lee Johnson would have been happy, I think, to get maybe halfway through this first half with a goal intact and build from there. He wouldn't have wanted to concede early. Goals have been a problem for Hibbs so far this season. A bit of head tennis in the centre of the field, and eventually Villa will head it out for a Hibbs throw down below us in the main stand.
Just little things like that there. Mark Hanlon's got a free header. Martin Boyle's on the move. You know, the distance between Hanlon, the Hibernian defensive line, and the Aston Villa defensive line is 20 yards. Put your head through it, put Boyle through. Just little moments like that. But I have to say again, Villa confident, in control of the game, using the ball well, and if anything, they have to move the ball a little bit quicker to try and move that Villa midfield, Hibernian midfield around, to create those little gaps that they can play forward through.
Well, here they are now with Kamara on halfway. Villa attacking away to our left. They'll look to give and go. Hibbs are quite happy to let Villa have it. They'll only engage when they get to the halfway line. Here's Torres now, playing that centre half alongside it's Diego Carlos, who's filled in. Consa's gone to right back. Luca Dean has it on this near side. Villa just patiently trying to pull Hibernian apart here. And they'll work it out wide on the Villa right-hand side now. And here again is Kamara. They're just popping the passes off for fun here. Luca Dean is the outlet wide left, level with the edge of the penalty area. He'll settle it back now for Douglas Luiz, who just invites Kamara forward. Ball back to Douglas Luiz. Just stumbled as he went into the box there. And Hibbs clear it, but there's no way out at all for them. Although they do actually get a free kick. That looks a bit of a soft one there.
Very soft. I've got to say, I think Dean, Luiz, Kamara, the way that they move, they use the ball, really winning those second balls, reacting very quickly. It's not a free kick, that Mark. Very, very soft. But again, it gives Hibernian that little bit of breathing space to get into the game.
I'm not even sure that El Yuan was looking for a free kick. He didn't appeal or go down or anything. Hibbs have got it, and now we've got an offside flag against Hibbs over on the far side. It was just advanced too far. John the Beach it was, who'd just gone offside. And Villa have got themselves a free kick. 10 gone, still 0-0 on TalkSport 2.
Well, it's little moments like that, you know, when the big switcher plays on, Lewis Stevenson cannot be in an offside position. There's that much space because Aston Villa have came right across this side to put as much pressure on the ball as they possibly can. Yes, they've got that who was it played? I think it was Miller that played the ball. Big switcher play. He has to be online. He's online there. He's creating space. He's getting opportunities to put the ball in the box. It's a poor decision from Stevenson to advance as much as he had.
Yeah, ball now working its way forward again with Villa, but that's too deep, the ball forward, and Lewis Miller will bring it down on his chest, but he's closed down by McGinn. He'll have to go back to Marshall. Marshall will have a touch. Now he's got to get rid of it as Watkins went to close him down. Abita will take it over on the far side, and now they'll work it forward, and again the flag goes up against Yuan, who was only just offside, but he's only just over the halfway line, Chris. No need to be offside there.
Yeah, it was a terrible touch from Johan anyway, but better play. Abita taking it down into Campbell, and then the little one round the corner to Johan. You know, it has to be, get yourself grounded. You know, he is leading that line. He is the point. I think him and Venti are kind of sharing that role. But when you have opportunities to kind of build and allow your team to go up the pitch, you have to make sure first and foremost the ball sticks, and then you play from there.
Well, here come Villa. Torres to McGinn to Douglas Luiz, who now finds Luca Dean on the left-hand side. He's got an ocean of space. He'll roll it into the feet of Watkins, gets it back Luca Dean. Cross comes in and ricocheted and hit Watkins and bounces away to safety, and Hibbs will look to bring it forward to halfway. That's a nice little flick. Now that was a foul. Referee will play advantage. It was Venter who was held back. Early cross looking towards the far post here. Hibbs go with a first-time shot on the volley from Martin Boyle. Didn't quite have the power to trouble Emiliano Martinez, but that was more like it. That's the game plan that Hibbs have got to hit Villa on the break. Yeah, it's excellent play, isn't it? Goes out, the ball comes in from Abita. Martin Boyle takes that one on the full. You know, I think if anything, just have a bit of belief in yourself. He's hit it with instep of the foot. I think put the laces through that, try and go for target, try and get a little bit of kind of power behind the shot. We've got Johan running across the face of Martinez. It causes all sorts of problems. I think the goalkeeper takes it well. I'm surprised Boubacar Kamara doesn't receive a yellow card, by the way, for the little pullback right in front of the referee there as well. Here forward come Hibbs again, and it's Ewan again, who's done well this time to hold it up. He'll lay it back. Ball over the top's going to be too deep, and that will just skip away for a goal kick. So we've had 13 minutes here on TalkSport 2, Hibernian 0, Aston Villa 0. We're live here at Easter Road tonight for the Europa Conference League playoff first leg. And so far, Hibernian are doing okay.
Yeah, Lee Johnson will be very happy. You know, I think at the moment as well, they're getting times in the game, they're getting time in the ball. Players are able to kind of get their head up and play. If it's short pass, long pass, whatever it be. After they say Lewis Stevenson's quality, the kind of left centre back has to improve. You know, there, Newell was on, give the ball to feet. You know, you don't always have to go in behind. If you can look someone in the eyes, as Mick McCarthy always used to say to the players, give them the ball. You know, don't let them down.
Here's Luca Dean wide on the left. Can he put a delivery in? Well, he can, but it's way too deep. Watkins came towards the near post and it sailed over his head, and David Marshall, the veteran, has his hands on it. Another busy weekend of sports kicks off on Saturday. There could be a chance here as Pau Torres, just his touch was okay, but it was under big pressure there from Venter, and now Villa, who were thinking about playing out inside their own area there, well, they just got rid of it. Diego Carlos just put his boot through it and kicked it straight in the touch.
Well, it's just a direct straight ball from back to front there, but I've got to say Dylan Vente put as much pressure on Pau Torres as he could. You know, the big defender took it on the fly thinking he could just go back to Martinez, but the pressure from Vente really kind of forced the error there. And at the minute, yeah, they're on the front foot, they're pressing high, and this is the moments that you've got to take this opportunity, win those second balls.
Martinez goes for Bailey. Watkins skips across and gets it back. Bailey, can he find Watkins? He does. Watkins keeps it in. Right hand side of the field. Well, he could have gone forward a little bit quicker there, but just held on to it. It's still 0-0 if you've just joined us. Villa not having it all their own way at the moment, but they're playing now and they've got lots of room wide on the right. Hibbs defending really narrowly at the moment, almost inviting Bailey down the touchline. He's about 6 yards away from the byline. Now he tries to force the cross in. It's cleared away. It wasn't the best ball in, and that's probably one criticism Unai Emery have about his side so far, Chris, is they've had a lot of ball down the flanks. They're getting another one here because they've given it away. This time Watkins will lay it off. Chance for the shot, takes a deflection. It's straight at Marshall. It was Diaby's effort, but it all came about. Ewan lost possession down by his own corner flag.
Yes, he did. You know, and again, moments like that, he's got to make it stick. Yeah, he's up there, he's isolated, he's on his own, but he's got that physicality, he's strong, got a good little touch about him, he's got to manipulate it and create that space. I think Aston Villa have been excellent, great energy down both flanks. You called it there. Ollie Watkins had the opportunity to put the ball forward. Leon Bailey had went in advance. You know, you've got to capitalise and create those little scenarios, those little overloads down that right hand side, and Dean's always going to ask the question, you know, with the energy that he brings.
Hibbs have been caught offside again. That does give me a chance to tell you about game day exclusive on Saturday. Bournemouth-Tottenham is live and exclusive on TalkSport from 12:30. Reshman Chowdhury, Sam Matterface and a former England man Stuart Pearce, our commentary team. And then 3 o'clock, also live and exclusive on TalkSport, is Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. Here come Villa now, looking to work it out wide for Luca Dean. Drives it across goal. It'll fall to the far post. Bailey will lay it off. Little back flick here. A chance from the edge of the area. Shot comes in and it's blocked by Newell. And that was a chance there for Aston Villa. It was Douglas Luiz who eventually pulled the trigger, but Villa maybe could have done it a little bit sooner. Here's Diaby now. Diaby gets it away to McGinn. McGinn will work it wide left. Villa now, Luca Dean with chance to cross, finds Watkins with a header. That's 1-0. Aston Villa finally get the delivery right, and Watkins has got his goal. It's a header into the far post. It's Hibbs 0, Villa 1.
Well, it's an excellent header from Ollie Watkins there. Great ball in from Dean. A lot of work still to do. He had to come back, and he knew exactly where the goal was. He knew exactly that all the pace was on the cross itself from Lucas Dean, and then he just steered it goalwards into that bottom right-hand corner. David Marshall had no chance whatsoever. There was a time there just before Leon Bailey could have got a shot away. He decided to play it to Diaby. Again, the ball came to Douglas Luiz. Little bit of close control. He just lifted it from himself in the D outside the edge of the box, and then the shot was blocked. It was always coming. It was always going to be a threat. Hibbs again have conceded a goal. You know, it's a question.
I've got to ask you, Chris, you're playing a Premier League side with two quality wing-backs or wide men, and you're just constantly leaving them to put the ball at the bottom, you're going to pay the price, aren't you?
Well, you have to stop the cross from coming in from the get-go. You know, there's going to be quality coming in, and if you're not going to stop the cross, you have to make sure that you're marshalling the attacking players tightly. You know, Ollie Watkins had time to just direct that header on goal. It's an uphill battle, but they've got to show they've been good. They've not really created chances, but there has been deliveries coming into that 18-yard box for Hibbs, but it just has to be more of them.
It was a lovely cushioned header, wasn't it?
It was an excellent header. Behind him as well, Mark, you know, knew exactly where the goal was, coming away from goal. Fantastic finish.
18 on the clock live on TalkSport 2. Aston Villa lead here at Easter Road, but forward come Hibbs again. They've got it wide on the right. They'll drive it in. The offside flag didn't go up. Could be a chance for the shot. It's blocked. Now the flag goes up, and Villa will play on. And Villa have got a chance to counter-attack here. Diaby down the left-hand side. McGinn is nearest to him. He'll roll it to McGinn, and McGinn will go back inside his own half. But again, good from Hibbs, but they've got to stop being offside. Yeah,
like you say, Martin Boyle, he was in an offside position. Even then, the flag never up too late. He's got to release it to Newell coming in. He's got the whole goal to choose from, though, albeit the flag with up. Good refereeing, officiating as well, allowing it to play. And Hibernian now defending well.
Here's Watkins with an ocean of space, and again he'll find Luca Dean on this left-hand side. Dean looks up. There's plenty of claret and blue. One of those is McGinn. Can he get the touch? Which the cross, far post, free-headed, put it over the top. Watkins. That should have been 2-0.
Yeah, it should have been. Excellent play from Dean again. Little cut back to John McGinn. Exactly in the 18-yard box. Great first touch. I'm sitting thinking he's just going to put the left foot through it. Ask the question of Marshall, but he doesn't. Knows exactly who's in the box. Little dink to the back post area, and Ollie Watkins, free man, no one marking, and heads it over the bar. Has to head it, has to hit the target, head it down, and it should be in the back of the net. Massive opportunity gone.
Yeah, if it had hit the target, that would have been 2-0. It's still 1-0 to Villa, approaching 20 on the clock. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo here at Easter Road tonight. Mentioned another busy weekend of football. If you got the TalkSport app, you won't miss any of the action. You can swipe left and right between TalkSport and TalkSport 2. If you've not got the app, it's free and available in all the usual places, and very easy to use. You can listen, of course, on your smart speaker and on DAB. TalkSport breakfast tomorrow. Well, there'll be plenty of Villa chat because Alan Brazil is joined by the former Villa man Gabby Agbonlahor tomorrow. So Gabby will be listening along tonight as well. I'll be pleased with the way that Villa have started what could have been a tricky opening leg, and could still be a tricky opening leg. Of course, it is only 1-0 as Hibbs try and play out from the back, but McGinn and Watkins are all over that, and Hibbs eventually will just have to knock it long. Oh, they're onside here. That's a nice first touch there on this near side, and now a foul possibly from Luca Dean. Well, that was excellent play from Martin Boyle. I must admit, I thought he'd gone half a yard too soon, and a yellow card for Luca Dean as well. So a little bit of a threat there, but that was better from Hibbs.
Yeah, it was excellent from Hibbs. I think it was a great ball from Fish. Direct ball over the top. Martin Boyle had timed his run perfectly. He doesn't need to take a touch of the ball. He just lets that bounce, and he's already got in behind Dean there, and he'll go in one-on-one with Martinez there if he allows the ball just to bounce. He's got the pace to catch the ball. There was a lot of pace on it, but by taking it on the chest, he allowed Dean to get back defensively.
Here's a free kick, going to be whipped in left-footed by Newell. Cleared away by the first man. That's disappointing. Musa Diaby though runs straight at Newell, and Newell takes it off him. Now Newell will look to find a teammate. This time he does, and they've beaten the offside trap. It's Boyle who's by the byline, tries to pull in across near post, skims off the header, but the offside flag has gone up. There was a late whistle there from the official. There were bodies everywhere. That was a great ball in, and you just wonder there, could they have got a better touch on that? I think it was Johan who just flicks it across the near post.
Well, with the speed of Martin Boyle, who doesn't need to go so early, but you could tell by the way the linesman was just jogging that the flag was going to go up. He knew it. It's a great ball in. I thought there was a little two hands on the back of Hanlon as well that had found himself in the middle of the 6-yard box. Johan got the little touch, but the referee, I think he'd already was aware that the offside flag was going up, but better from Hibernian there.
Well, the referee's just told Emiliano Martinez that he's going to add the time on, so don't bother time wasting, get on with it. 22 gone here on TalkSport 2, Hibbs 0, Villa 1.
Surely Martinez knows that. Surely.
Well, here is Kamara deep in his own half, under pressure, does well to get the ball away. Bailey will fire it back to Martinez. And now the ball comes across to Pau Torres, who will bring it forward. Villa only one change from the side that thrashed Everton at the weekend. This time McGinn can't find Luca Dean on this near side. Unai Emery is saying just a little bit quicker he wants it. It was great, wasn't it? I mean, I'm not an Aston Villa fan, but you're a Villa fan listening to him talking before the game about how much he wants to win this competition, and he's just a winner, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. You know, it's instilled in him, and he's trying to instill it into his group of players. But as an Aston Villa fan, you must be very excited about everything.
Might be a bit worried here though, Chris, because the ball's come in, it evades everybody, and eventually it's cleared by Aston Villa. And that was another big Hibernian chance they just couldn't find. There was a slip in the defensive line there, and now Villa are coming forward looking to hit Hibbs on the break. They'll move it towards the edge of the area here. Chance for the shot to come in edge of the box. They'll work it wide left. Luca Dean has got 3 to aim at. Just tries to slide it for McGinn. Came off the studs, and Marshall eventually will come out and collect the ball, and the danger averted.
Well, I can't believe it. Lewis Stevenson can't do anything more there. You know, it's an excellent ball in. He's stretched. He's fired it across the 18-yard box. Johan is close to Carlos there, and the defender's mistimed it. He's misread it altogether. If Johan's on his front foot, if he's anticipating, he's definitely getting an opportunity to go there. You just got to always gamble there, Mark.
Hibbs have shown enough to show that they're more than in this game. 24 gone on TalkSport 2. They trail by a goal to nil. Ollie Watkins, 17th minute, cushion header, beautifully in the bottom corner, gave Marshall no chance.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've shown enough. They've got themselves into the attacking third, but we want efforts at goal. We want Martinez tested shots. He's not had nothing to do yet. Really, just the Martin Boyle one. That wasn't really a shot. It was a comfortable save for a goalkeeper there.
Johan trying to get in behind.
That ball from over the top there. You know, Johan has to put his physicality, get his body in, mess Carlos around.
Well, here's a nice touch from Watkins. Gets it away. Diaby now will lay it wide. He's asked a bit of Dean there, but Dean will get it first. Gets it back to Diaby. His touch was heavy. Sliding challenge comes in, and Hibbs win the ball. That was a lovely tackle. And now they'll knock it long. Johan is looking to get in here behind Diego Carlos, who is quickly over, and he will find Pau Torres, who's under pressure. He's lost the ball. Hibbs have won it back. Johan has it, edge of the area. Can he find a teammate? He does. They've overloaded numbers here. Chance from the far side. Abita, is he going to pull the trigger? He will eventually, and it's gone behind for a corner. Big chance for Hibbs. Still 1-0 Villa.
Well, I've got to say, fantastic from Hibbs there. Pau Torres was caught in possession. Martin Boyle, good close control from Johan there. He's driving across the 18-yard box. He releases it to Newell. It goes out to Stevenson, Abita, sorry. And I've got to think he's got to pick another Hibernian shot out. He's already got in his mind when he receives it in the 18-yard box, he's going to get the shot away. It was the wrong decision. He's got to move the ball again and find another green and white shot there.
Here's the corner then. The Hibbs players are around about the penalty spot in a line. Villa are trying to work out who's going to mark who here. They're trying to form a wall almost to make the Hibbs players have to run round it. Martinez is on his goal line. He's got Johan in front of him. Ball into the 6-yard box, and it's headed away. It'll fall on the bounce here. Can they get a shot away on the angle? Oh, this could be a penalty. Well, he's waved it away, the official. The player went down was Martin Boyle. He looked like he was going to shoot. He didn't shoot. He goes to ground. Now, that looked controversial, and I think the referee's just saying, wait on a moment. That you've seen them given.
Well, Martin Boyle, I think, has already the decision been made. Martin Boyle's got himself in between the ball and man. Douglas Luiz is right behind. Martin Boyle is looking for it, but Douglas Luiz, there is a tangle of legs, but I think the decision's been made very, very quickly.
Yeah, no penalty for Hibbs. But just proof again that Villa need to be a little bit more quick at clearing their lines. Oh, that's a lovely turn from Watkins. Well, he's gone to ground and he didn't get a free kick.
That was a free kick.
It's been an indifferent start from our Spanish referee, Ricardo de Burgos, tonight. He's given a few that you think, well, no one even appealed for a foul, and a few where it looks a blatant one he's not given.
Yeah, like you say, I think when he's made that decision, there definitely was contact from Douglas Luiz on Martin Boyle. Is it enough for a penalty? Martin Boyle, I know the player, he is an intelligent player. As soon as he feels contact, he is going to go to ground. Give the referee a question to answer, really.
Yeah, well, the ball is at the back. We do have VAR tonight. Jose Luis Montero of Spain is our VAR official, but if they did have a look, it was a quick look. and waved away quickly. So Martinez has it. Villa lead 1-0. If you just joined us on TalkSport 2 tonight, live commentary from the Europa Conference League playoffs. Again, they try and find Luca Dean, and again the ball was just over his head, and again Unai Emery's out. He's very animated, isn't he, down there at pitch side?
Well, he wasn't happy with Emiliano Martinez there whatsoever. Very, very slow, coming out to about 23 yards, and then he's, with his distribution, he's very good, trying to find Dean in the left wing position. Unai Emery straight out made his intentions very clear to Martinez there.
28 minutes on the clock here at Easter Road. Ollie Watkins' goal, the difference between the two. Mr. Sitter as well, as once again Villa don't clear their lines, and the header forward from Hibbs though will skip away and go out for a goal kick. You just get the feeling that the crowd is still into this because they're seeing enough from Hibbs. Look, we were quick to criticise and say Hibbs have conceded in every game. Well, we should sort out, they've scored in every game as well.
Yeah, very much so, and I think that's something that Lee Johnson spoke about before the game, that they will create chances, they will score goals. It's about keeping it tight at the back. Okay, they've conceded a goal, but at certain little moments they are posing a threat without really kind of testing Martinez. That's the next step. Look at them, they're hunting for the ball with aggression, albeit Aston Villa have played through that comfortably.
Yeah, Watkins, he got the ball away to Bailey, who just couldn't control it far side. Here now is Newell. That's a nice pass to Obita. Just curled away from him though, and Kamara was across there. Newell's pass could have been a little bit more precise, and then Obita bundles over the Villa player, and it's a free kick level with the edge of the area, taken quickly to McGinn. McGinn's got time to turn. Cue the boos here. Well, we thought he might get a decent reception. It's far from decent at the moment for him. Here now is Kamara. I just wonder, as a player, there was a lot made. Surely, was it Paul Hawksby on the way up? He said, he won't celebrate if he scores, but given the reaction he's got, he might celebrate if he scores.
It's one of them. I think he knows that this is all just part and parcel of football. He's left for. He's made the right decision in doing what he...
Well, here's a chance now. Bailey inside the penalty area. He's got plenty of shirts with him. He'll go alone, and he blazes over on his left foot. Marshall was at full stretch. That was a big chance. In fact, Marshall did get a touch on that. It was Bailey with a shot. Leon Bailey hits the target there as we welcome along listeners on TalkSport. We're live on TalkSport at 2 at Easter Road. It's Hibernian 0, Aston Villa 1. Ollie Watkins with a goal on 17 minutes after Luca Dean's cross. Watkins got up highest, cushion header into the far post. Villa lead 1-0. They've got a corner. We'll get the thoughts of Chris Awellamo in a moment, because Villa have got a corner here, hoping to make it 2-0 now. They're going to whip the ball in from that far side of the field. There's a header from the full-back there, Diego Carlos. It's gone wide. Chris, really entertaining game. Hibbs have had plenty of the ball going forward, but yet really to test out Emi Martinez.
Yeah, they have. I think they're causing a lot of trouble for Villa without really posing that threat or getting that final shot in Martinez. But Aston Villa are completely in control. Leon Bailey down that right-hand side causing all sorts of problems there. He's created that 1v1 scenario with Lewis Stevenson there. He's manipulated the ball, created the space, opened the goal up, and he's just hit the ball. He's kind of leaning back, and he's got to work Marshall there. If anything, just pick a corner and put it away. But Hibbs are, they're growing into the match, even though they're a goal behind, using the ball well, and it's just that final little bit of quality in that attacking third that's letting them down.
Yeah, Ollie Watkins with a goal, and he also headed over when unmarked 6 yards out shortly after that, and we've just seen that effort from Bailey. This game is live over on TalkSport 2. We've had 31 minutes here. It's Hibernian 0, Aston Villa 1. Hibbs have got to throw in down this near side. You would worry for Hibbs should Villa get a second goal, but at 1-0 it's very much game on here.
No, it is. They've reacted well to conceding the goal, but yeah, of course, with the way that form's going at the minute, Livingston coming here at the weekend, it's all about making sure that you don't get an absolute spanking.
Well, here's Watkins, who's driven forward now. He finds Diaby on the near side, plays it in. A good challenge comes in there from the fullback. I think he went out for a corner. That was a superb sliding challenge. Denied another opportunity there for Aston Villa. They get a corner.
I think it's a dangerous challenge, Mark. I think, okay, he got the ball, but he's definitely taking player as well. I think VAR will have a look at it. The referee was positioned and was excellent. He's definitely up to speed. I think it was a definite corner anyway. He's not interested at all, the referee. He's waved it away. He's told is it Diaby to, or Leon Bailey, is it, to get on his feet?
Well, Bailey's hobbling and he's pointing to his ankle, and the referee's not even looking at him, is he? And the whistle's gone, so we're back underway. So it is going to be a corner for Aston Villa. Diego Carlos got on the end of the last one. He maybe should have done better with that header at the far post. Will he get another chance here? Ball's going to be swung in down the Villa left, right-footed in-swinging corner towards the 6-yard box. Flick header at the far post, and he's headed in. And this time it's Watkins again. He's got a second. The flick header at the near post. Although, has this been given? The referee's deep in conversation with Hibernian. Well, Watkins has claimed it, and Watkins has tucked it in. He's made it 2. It's Hibbs 0, Villa 2.
Well, you called it, didn't you? The ball came in. Diego Carlos got the first contact. Just went to the back post area. Ollie Watkins again unmarked. Finds himself with a free header. Just steers it into the roof of the net. I think the referees, there's been a head collision, but there's definitely something.
It's a Villa player down, isn't it?
Pointing to the eye, saying the right eye. So I don't know if there's been some sort of contact. Oh yeah, it's not good.
No, there's great concern here. The medics are on. The referee, as soon as he saw that, was quick. It was a flick header again at the near post. It was going towards the far post, and there was Ollie Watkins, who just arrived late. Really narrow angle. Initially, it wasn't clear whether he got it in or not, but he has. As the players have come to the near side to just take on some refreshment. It's quite a mild day up here in Edinburgh at the moment, but there is concern. I'm not sure who the Villa player who is down is, but there's a Villa player down getting treatment. Even David Marshall's just come across and signalled to the sideline that doesn't look too clever down there, so fingers crossed all will be okay.
I think it's Konza.
Well, he's up actually now on his feet, so he is. It is Ezri Konza. He's getting a cuddle off the goal scorer Watkins on that far side.
Well, John McGinn's just saying that the right eye of Konza has come up straight away, so I don't know if it's one of them. He just had some sort of contact, but like you say, there was concern the way that John McGinn ran over to the bench as well.
Yeah, can't see any blood or anything there. He's coming off over to the near side, but the crucial factor is Hibbs 0, Aston Villa 2, Chris. And now we mentioned, if Villa get the second goal, we know how potent they are on the break. What do Hibbs do now? Do they stick or twist?
Well, they have to. They have to keep playing the way. I understand what you're saying. If they keep with that intensity and leaving the holes in behind and get picked off again for a third and a fourth goal, you know, it demoralises the group of players, and they need a big performance here at the weekend, which again probably takes priority. So again, it's Lee Johnson. It's how does he manage it? How does he tweak it? What demands do they put on the leaders of the group? But yeah, like you say, if they can go and get the next goal, it's very much game on.
It is 2-0 here. There's a crunching challenge, more one out of frustration, went in on the near side by Martin Boyle, but Hibbs have got it back on halfway. They're trying to slide it through. There was a crunching tackle went in. Villa have won it, and Villa now inside the centre circle coming forward. They lead by 2-0 on TalkSport 2, and it's Ollie Watkins who's got both of them tonight. Well, mentioned he hadn't scored coming into it. We'll be happy with his input so far. His European goal count is off and running. There's a ball out wide on the Villa right now, and Hibbs are just starting to retreat a little bit deeper. They don't want to concede a third goal, certainly not in this first half. We mentioned the fact that Unai Emery named such a strong team tonight. Look, if they come here and get an emphatic win, then maybe he can rest a few next week for the second leg, but there's a long way to go before that happens.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. You know, I think it's rather than playing a strong side to try and get something out of the second leg is, like you say, go and put this tie to bed, comfortable, feed off that fantastic performance at the weekend against Everton, and the confidence is high, and it serves different purposes as well. We spoke, Ollie Watkins still wants to kind of get his goal. He's now sitting with 2 goals. That then could be the catalyst for him to go on and have a very, very successful campaign, put the ball in the back of the net of the Premier League. So yeah, there's a lot of positives that you can take out of it. Still very much game on, but I completely understand why he chose such a strong competitive side.
Well, it's just a stoppage at the moment. Leon Bailey turned away from his man over on the far side, and he was caught, and he's gone down in a heap. The referee's not called the physio on yet. He's saying to Leon Bailey, look, I think you can carry on. Bailey gets up, and it will be a free kick to Villa. He's hopping around rather dramatically, Leon Bailey, but I dare say if he gets a pass in the next 30 seconds, he should be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. I think he's taken a few very, very strong challenges, and the referee isn't having any of it whatsoever. So yeah, he's been consistent anyway. He's let a lot go.
Poor clearance from Luca Dean now, and it's picked up edge of the area, but again, I'm just wondering how the offside flag can go up there.
What I understand there is defensively, Aston Villa are on the ball, they're stepping out. It comes off. It's a pass forward that deflects off a Hibernian player. Johan has to be switched on just that couple of yards. Just step on side, and you're turning and you're getting a 1v1 scenario with Martinez there. But because he's isolated, he is working hard. He just has to be switched on when Aston Villa are in good possession defensively, just in case what happens.
Torres plays the ball across his own 18-yard box. You just switched on, you just joined us from work. Hibbs 0, Aston Villa 2, 7 to go to the break here. Ollie Watkins with goals. And now, they wanted a free kick there. Hibbs, they're not going to get one.
Well, they've been offside again. Johan, I think he's trying to kind of come and steal it off Carlos there from behind, but he has to be switched on all the time. That's something Lee Johnson will say. Like now, that shout's coming from Lee Johnson and he's getting himself into an outside position. He has to do that all the time, Mark.
Yeah, ball played forward. Looking to get in behind. Good header there from Diego Carlos. Ball on halfway. A little bit of a miscontrol, but brought down eventually. Now given away, and it's Watkins who's nicked it. Watkins up against the last defender, and the door was closed firmly by Will Fish, the Manchester United loanee. Strong challenge.
It's a free kick. Ollie Watkins put the ball through Will Fish's legs there. He took a little swipe and taking Watkins out. The referee's up to speed there with positioning wise. It's a free kick all day long. I'm very surprised it's not given.
2-0. Hibbs have got it on the far side. Konsa, who's back on and fitting well again, makes the challenge, and it's out for a throw into Hibbs. Midway inside their own half. The atmosphere here has been punctured somewhat, courtesy of those two Ollie Watkins goals in the first 35 minutes. Hibbs have had the ball in good areas, but Martinez has not had enough to do, and now there could be more work for Marshall to do, as Dean again unmarked on the left will put in an early ball. It's headed away near post, only as far as McGinn will lay it back to Torres 10 metres over the halfway line. He's looking for a pass, plenty of options here. Now is Douglas Luiz, he fills it into Diaby, who finds Watkins. His touch let him down. It'll break back now to Moussa Diaby. He finds Bailey, he's got Konsa on the overlap, doesn't use him, looking just to stand. It's like walking football at the moment. Villa are just walking around, strolling around Easter Road here, and they've got the ball. A bit of a slip there from Douglas Luiz, but he still maintains possession. Yeah,
Aston Villa are completely in control here, just slowing it right down.
Here's Diaby again, Chris. They're coming forward. It feels like they're taking liberties here, but Hibernian are not putting any pressure on the ball. It's almost like they're scared of moving out of position because they know they're going to get picked apart.
Well, this is the problem when the ball's not sticking up top. Johan's dropping really deep, Venti's dropping into that midfield, and even the likes of Boyle is dropping into that midfield as well. So Aston Villa, the likes of Kamara and Douglas Luiz, have got so much time to just get the ball and move it. Always an option, and they can always go wide to the likes of Konsa and Dean. When they get the ball, there's quality coming in. Hibernian aren't really clearing the lines and not winning enough second balls.
Here's Torres, tries to drive forward. He's giving it away though, but then Hibbs just give it straight back to Kamara, and he now will feed it forward to Bailey, who is looking fit and well after that ankle knock. Now he'll look to square it to McGinn. McGinn's got Luca Dean outside him. Dean's forced to the byline. He'll put in a first time ball to the far post, free header, and that is a goal. And Aston Villa are running riot here. It's Bailey with a header on the line. Once again, Luca Dean with the delivery. Too easy. Hibbs 0, Villa 3.
Well, I've got to say, it's a fantastic work goal from Aston Villa. John McGinn, the way to pass out to Dean, taking it right to the touchline really, and then all of a sudden he just gets his foot under it, hangs it to the back post area, and again, unmarked in the box, Leon Bailey. He's a yard from goal. All he has to do is make contact and it's in the back of the net. Fantastic ball in, excellent run from Bailey, but he has to be marshalled coming in. So Lee Johnson's got to be asking his defence, take responsibility. Follow your runners. Can you make a contact? Can you put them off there? Excellent quality coming in from Dean from the get-go. But again, fantastic goal.
3-0 here on TalkSport 2. There's a bit of an inquest in that Hibbs defence, but that was just far too easy. And interesting, the pass from McGinn almost made Luca Dean's mind up. He forced him to put it in first time. He clipped it over the top of Marshall, and there was Bailey unmarked on the line to head it in. 3-0.
Yeah, but in saying it made Dean's mind up, surely the defenders know that he's got to wrap his foot around it and he's got to hang it up. So what do? Get touch tight to the offensive player and do your job defensively. They've been found wanting very much so in this first half, Hibernian.
They have. Ball played forward. Here is McGinn, volleyed crossfield pass inside his own half. And now the ball played forward again. Watkins beaten to it on this occasion, but this could get messy for Hibernian. Aston Villa and Unai Emery have come here tonight to do a job, and so far, 42 minutes in, they are doing it quite easily indeed. The quality of the Premier League opposition is just proving a little bit too much for Hibbs at the moment. Here's Moussa Diaby, gets it away to Luca Dean. 20 yards out, left-hand touchline, cuts in now, we'll just roll it back to Pau Torres. Still Unai Emery's out there. He wants more movement from his players. He wants more from them. He's not letting them settle here, as Torres will just advance forward, finds Douglas Luiz, rides one challenge, gets the ball back 30 yards out, looking to work the ball now. They'll come back to it's on this near side. Diaby will keep it in, left-hand touchline side, lays it back to Luca Dean, level with the edge of the area, little skip step, gets it away. Villa playing keep. Well, this is like some kind of simple training session for Aston Villa.
Completely relaxed now, moving the ball with a little bit more pace as well. They understand now they can twist that sword now.
Here now is Douglas Luiz, gets it away to Kamara. Kamara's looking for runners, gets it away to Torres. You don't want to be disrespectful, but you get the feeling Aston Villa really want to go for the jugular here. There's plenty more goals in this for them tonight.
Yeah, I think so. 3-0, completely in control. Players are making it very, very hard. Look at that defensive line. There's 7 players in that defensive line of Hibernian. They have to be brave. The ball has to stick when it goes forward. And they've got, when it's on to get a couple of passes in, they have to. But at the minute, it's just put your foot through the ball with no quality, no idea. They have to be braver in possession of the ball.
Here's Conser now, wide on the right. Villa, while Chris was speaking there, have just popped off another 15, 20 passes. They are literally just playing as though it's their ball, and they're not letting anyone in a green shirt touch it. But finally, Diaby gives it away. Johan will collect it, but he's isolated, and Johan actually has done really well to win himself a throw in there over on the far side. But Hibbs, you can just see they look a little bit dispirited, and half-time probably can't come quick enough for them. We're in the final minute of the 45 now.
Yeah, you're spot on, Mark. I think big conversations to be had at the minute. You can see from the body language at the minute there's not real belief there.
That be a late chance. They've got it down the left. Can they get a delivery into the area and force Martinez into a save? Here's Newell. Was he pulled back there as he looked to go past his man? Kamara wins the challenge. Got 4 added on minutes at the end of the first half, so the danger not yet over as Villa will curl it there. What a pass that is from Kamara. He's just curled it round the attacker to his goalkeeper on his own goal line.
Johan's only a yard from goal, and he curls it round between Johan and the goal. It's quality to see the pass, but to execute it and to even take it on, it just shows you how comfortable even there. John McGinn, talk to me about it.
He's passed it from one side of his penalty area to the other across the 6-yard line with 2 Hibbs players in the penalty area. They are taking liberties, and they might be about to get another goal because Watkins has got in behind for the hat-trick, takes it on his right foot, pulls it across goal and shaves the far post. Ollie Watkins, that was a huge chance. Maybe delayed in pulling the trigger. 2 already for him, but he couldn't get the first half hat-trick. Still 3-0.
Well, I've got to say, Paul Hanlon chased them all the way, put as much pressure on him as possible there. Ollie Watkins will be disappointed he's not got a hat-trick, I have to say. I think he's trying to find that bottom left-hand corner. David Marshall was at full stretch as well. Should be hitting the target there, but a fantastic ball over the top. He's always going to ask you that question. Ollie Watkins is always going to be a threat in behind, but he'll be disappointed.
He was, because his first touch was a good one as well, wasn't it? It got him right in on goal. There was no question of him being forced wide. Ball played down the channel for Watkins. Long ball forward here. They're trying to get in behind Hibbs, but ball is eased away, and Luca Dean does well to intercept the pass. McGinn won't appreciate that ball. He was put under instant pressure, but then he'll win a throw-in, and just at the moment everything Villa do just looks a step above what Hibbs can offer.
Yeah, it does. Very, very comfortable. Even John McGinn, he's got 2 Hibbs players around him there, the strength just to win that Villa a throw-in. But I've got to say, Will Fish, he had opportunity just to kind of play the ball into midfield, 2 Hibbs players showing up, and he goes in behind, playing into the strengths. Carlos and Torres just winning everything, and Villa are picking second balls up as well. Be brave, get the ball down and play, but just try and grow into the match. You're 3-0 down. If you can't do it then, when can you do it?
Well, Watkins has just earned himself a free kick after he was pulled back midway inside the Hibbs half. We're in the 4 minutes of added on time. Here's Luca D. I don't think he'll have ever had as much freedom as he's had tonight. Now they're going to the right hand side. Abita will head the ball away. Can he find Johan? Jon will knock it downfield, but can't control it. And it is with Diego Carlos, and Villa have it in the centre circle. Unai Emery came strong here tonight, just one change from the Premier League win at the weekend, and the quality is oozing out of this Aston Villa performance. They scored inside 17 minutes. Ollie Watkins, lovely header. He got a double on 35, and then Leon Bailey heading in, unmarked on the line, to make it 3-0. As we are in the latter stages of the 4 added on minutes. It's been a tough old night here at Easter Road for Hibernian, and Villa are almost daring them to come out of shape and try and attack and nick the ball back high up the field, because they want to play in the space behind, but they have given it away, Villa. And Hibbs now, well, they opt to go backwards there when the forward pass was on, and cue more frustration really for the Hibbs fans. They wanted their side to have a crack tonight, and they did early on, but once that second goal went in, you just started to wonder if Hibbs had the spirit and the belief to turn this around. It is only the first leg, but Villa will want to get this wrapped up here tonight in Edinburgh. As now it's Hibbs who are playing around at the back. They'll work it down the touchline far side. Abita will get it. It's not forward by Newell. Now there could be a chance, but Diego Carlos wins the header. And once again there's a claret and blue shirt there, but Concer's dispossessed. Jon that time has done well.
Yeah, great strength from Johan there, and you know that's what you want. I've got to say, Diego Carlos has been an absolute man mountain, winning his headers.
Now there's trouble because Jon has lost it. He was just outnumbered. There were too many claret and blue shirts around him. Villa coming forward. Here now is Luca Dean. Just has to come off the touchline. Wants to give and go. He's going to get one. Can he get the cross in? Just nudged wide there, trying to earn himself a corner, keep the ball in, but that won't matter. The half-time whistle has gone. There are a few boos around us here at Easter Road, but a pretty much one-sided opening 45 minutes that, whilst Hibbs started brightly enough, they never really were in it. Aston Villa getting the opening goal. Luca Dean on the left-hand side. We mentioned it in build-up, Chris. Too often he was left to put crosses into the box. Finally he delivered a bit of quality. Ollie Watkins cushions the header in at the far post. And then Watkins, who missed a simple chance, didn't he? Another cross from left-hand side. Headed over, unmarked 6 yards out. We saw Leon Bailey go close. But the second goal came 10 minutes before the break. Ollie Watkins from a corner, flipped on near post. Watkins tucks in at the far post. And then, to add insult to injury, Leon Bailey put in the third goal, heading it off the line after another good cross from the left-hand side. They could have had more. Watkins had another chance at the end of the first half. Aston Villa just too good, Chris. Teams are coming out for the second half here. Villa leading by 3 points to 0, and changes being made by Hibernian here. They're about to bring on James Jego is coming on. We'll find out who's gone off for him in just a moment. The change is made, and it is going to be Jordan Abita that has made his way off the field at half-time. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo here. Chris, just the one change. Are you surprised by that?
No, I think, no, not surprised at all. You know, I think Jekyll, we know what we're going to get. You know, hard tackle midfielder as well, brings that energy, brings a little bit more solidity as well. You know, so that says to me that we're going to be a little bit more compact, hard to break down, and then, like you say, use the quality in the attacking players to try and go from back to front with pace, but there just needs to be end product. Jekyll coming in, Abita, I've got to say, I play with him, one of my old teammates, fantastic quality. It wasn't his best half of football. You know, he had opportunities to put balls in the box, he had opportunity to drive at his player with the athleticism that he's got, and he never did that whatsoever, so I can understand the change.
We mentioned the fact that Unai Emery has only named 9 substitutes, and 2 of those are goalkeepers. So Cash, Tillemans, Traore, Chambers, Duran, Revan and Feeney on the bench. What do you think he would have said to his troops at half-time?
Yeah, again, it's like I say, I'll be delighted with the way that they've performed. I'm looking down, are they making a change goalkeeper?
Robin Olsen is about to come on, isn't he, for Emiliano Martinez. We didn't see there was a problem with him, but Robin Olsen is about to come on.
It's a fantastic game to come on to as well, a game that you're not getting asked too many questions, but again you've got to keep yourself sharp, so that then shows your manager that you can keep yourself alert, concentrated in a game, and then whenever asked a question. So yeah, again, it's fantastic management making that decision. I don't think there's anything wrong with Martinez whatsoever. I just feel it's an opportunity for him to put his goalkeeper out in an atmosphere and a European game on this stage.
He's vastly experienced, of course, Robin Olsen. As we're about to get underway, the claret and blue of Aston Villa going from left to right. Olsen all in black. Away to our right-hand side is David Marshall in his luminous green goalkeeping strip. It's the green and white of Hibbs. We're back underway. Hibbs 0, Villa 3 is the half-time score. And the question is, can Villa well and truly put this tie to bed? As Olsen's going to be, thought he was going to be put under pressure there, but Pau Torres in the end played it away from his goalkeepers, who was just facing his own goal. Bale's dispossessed. Here now is Yuan into the area now. Big chance here. Pulls it across the 6-yard box and nobody there to tuck it in. Boyle was sliding in, but way too late.
Yeah, it was excellent play from Johan down this left-hand side. Drives into the 18-yard box between two Villa players there. Gets his head up. There's got to be players breaking the neck to get in the box.
Well, here they might get another chance from the right-hand side. Now they will get into the area. They've got to the byline. Can they pull it back? It'll fall to a green shirt. Just a little bit too slow there to get the shot away. Can they get a cross away? No, they'll win a corner. And a bright start from Hibernian. Aston Villa not clearing their lines. Early corner for the Hibbies.
Yeah, fantastic energy. 4 or 5 Hibernian players in the 18-yard box there. There's got to be end product as well. He got his head in. Could have put it in. I've got to say it was Lewis Miller. Took far too long. Allowed Villa players to come in and just take the ball off from there. He has to have end product cross coming in.
Here is the cross towards the 6-yard box again. It's Carlos who wins it. Should of course have said the high piece. I'll be getting into trouble with the locals for that. Here's Yuan now on the left, goes for the right-footed shot. He's tipped over by Olsen. Well, Olsen's only been on the pitch 90 seconds and already he's been forced to work harder than Emi Martinez. Tips it behind for another Hibernian corner.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of movement on the ball. Olsen there done, like you say, knew exactly where his goal was, just tipped it away. Never really troubled him too much, but fantastic play from Johan. Just manipulating the ball, bringing it onto his right foot, opening up the goal in between two Villa players as well, and hitting the target.
Another corner going to be floated in towards the 6-yard box. Olsen got nowhere near that. Referee was happy to let that play on as well, but Villa will get it near side. Sliding challenge comes in. That was from Fish. I think Fish might have actually picked up a knock just as he went away from that. Douglas Luiz has stayed down. I didn't see too much in that.
Well, no, it was, in fairness, it's a Hibernian throw as well. He made the challenge and it's came off Douglas Luiz last. But it's just one of those things. Excellent challenge from Fish. I've got to say, Olsen came out, was flapping it absolutely nothing, but took his own player out. Referee was right to allow that play to go on. But Hibernian have come out and they've come out definitely on the front foot. Putting Aston Villa, making them move it a little bit quicker, and to be fair, they've just got to make sure that they manage the game, don't allow Aston Villa to advance the way that they have done in that first half.
Villa lead 3-0, and now they're looking to get in down the left-hand side again. Early cross for Watkins for the hat-trick. Clinical. Watkins, the flag's gone up. He didn't have any need to be offside there. He's still celebrating. He cannot believe that. They may well check this. He thought it was a great finish, but the flag went up instantly. So, still only 3-0 for now.
Yeah, to be fair, I thought he doesn't need to be in that offside position if he is. I think it was very, very tight. The referee's having a little word with him now, but it's an excellent ball in from Dean again. First time as well. It just shows you, it's been all Hibernian this second half. That one moment of quality. Big ball, switch out to the left-hand side. First time cross in, it's in the back of the net, and he's very unlucky not to be sitting on a hat-trick at the minute.
They are still checking this, though, Chris.
I think it's tight. I think it is very tight.
To me, it was not as obvious as first glance would have you believe. So has Ollie Watkins got a hat-trick or not? The VAR will tell us. Lee Johnson looks on. He's speaking to the official on the near side. One thing I would say, great finish. Never looked like missing, did he? And still we wait. This suggests we've got no screen in here to look at. So we're going with the officials on the field. This is very tight, clearly. Watkins he was sure he'd scored, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think it's, yourself, his positioning wise, I'll tell you what.
Well, here's the screen, and it's a goal. So it is a hat-trick. So Ollie Watkins will now run back down the other end to celebrate. He was adamant. It was a great ball in from the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins, close range, neat finish. This is game over. Hibbs 0, 2-0 Villa 4.
Yes, it is. Fantastic quality as well. Dean's always cause him so much problems down that left-hand side, being so expansive. Every time he gets the ball, there's something off the back of it. Free kick, throw in, crosses coming into the box. How many goals has he created tonight? Outstanding quality. Ollie Watkins knows that when the ball goes out to either flank, make that run in the box and they will find you. It's an excellent finish as well when it came in. Marshall, all he can do is try to keep himself big, but he's went low, hard, around the goalkeeper's feet, in the back of the net. It's an excellent goal. Hat-trick.
And it comes inside 5 minutes into the second half. Well, Ollie Klink asked the question earlier, didn't he? Is this a good opportunity for Ollie Watkins to get some goals? Well, he hasn't. Look, he could have had 5, Chris. He's missed 2 great chances and still got a great hat-trick.
Well, he'll be delighted he's got to stay. I don't think he'll be worrying about it too much, although I'm sure Unai Emery will be saying you should have had 5 after the game if he doesn't score again. But like you say, I think he's set the levels, hasn't he, Unai Emery? The demands of his players, they've got out, and I've got to say they've performed, they've delivered. There's been a bit of a hostile atmosphere, and how do you quieten that down? Play your game, get on the ball, control the game, and quieten the home fans down.
Watkins with a neat finish. Another cross from that left-hand side. It's been a thorn in Hibbs' night all night in their side, and there are 4 Villa subs warming up away, right in front of the away fans actually, warming up behind the goal as Hibbs almost put themselves into trouble now. And now they will play it forward. Jago gets it forward. Here now is a chance for Boyle. Boyle now looking to work it in. They've sent the big centre forward, Will Fish, up now. Can they find him? No, they can't. They're going to some good position. We can't stress that enough about Hibbs. They've been outplayed comprehensively, but also they've had some good opportunities. And the difference between it, Chris, is that Luca Dean, when he gets the ball, his first thing is to get in the box. When Hibbs get the ball out wide, they're running offside and things like that.
Yeah, well, you've got to remember as well, Mark, that the physicality, Ollie Watkins, there's not many better at going and attacking the ball. When you've got Johan, Martin Boyle, that it's very telling the attributes that they have. But they have to get used to that. Put the ball in the box, ask the question, make Aston Villa defend, and that's what they've not done enough tonight. They've got the good areas in the flanks, but end product, balls coming into the box, not being the case.
And when Hibbs like that do put the squeeze on high, Villa just play around them, and now they're coming forward again, and now they're driving straight through the middle. Luca Dean arriving, he's got 4 claret and blue shirts in the middle, just pulled it back behind all of them. It did hit the hand on the edge of the box from a Hibbs player, but it was clearly accidental. They'll play on, and then the Hibbs player is knocked down off the ball. He's frustrated, and the referee will say that Josh Campbell has got a free kick.
Well, I tell you, Douglas Luiz is driving. He puts the ball out to Dean on the left-hand side. Ollie Watkins is still having a go at Dean for not putting the ball, firing it across the 6-yard box. It just shows you, as a striker, hungry for goals, got 3 goals tonight, should be 5, and he's still hammering his wing back, saying, yeah, I'll make the runs for you, make sure you give the delivery. I understand what Dean was trying to do. He tried to put pace on it and find Douglas Luiz coming in at the D at the 18-yard box.
Well, they scored 4 against Everton at the weekend. They've got 4 again tonight. They're in rampant form at the moment, Aston Villa. I guess the question for Unai Emery is, when does he make some changes? He doesn't seem overly bothered now. Another free kick given away, this time by Diego Carlos, who was a little bit too robust in his challenge on Dylan Vente.
Yeah, but you know what, when you look at the quality that they have, Mark, yeah, they definitely can make changes, but it's...
Well, here's Johan getting now to the byline. Can he pull one back here? Pulls the ball back. Nobody there initially. Newell bundles in, ball breaks, edge of the box, shot comes in. It was Josh Campbell who had it, rather bobbled its way to Olsen, who quickly knocks it downfield, and just a little bit too much power on it because Watkins had the pace to get him behind. And it's collected by David Marshall, who will now have the ball back, but Watkins is chasing him down. Almost got on the end of that pass as well, but not quite. Ball works its way forward. Good header there from Venter, but Boyle wasn't quite on a par with him, and again, Pau Torres and Robin Olsen will just pass the ball around him, but they've given it away again here, edge of the area. I think if Hibbs had gone down there, they might have got a free kick. They tried to play on, and once again, Villa will play around them, but Hibbs are now starting finally to get stuck in and win a few 50-50s.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying when you're saying get stuck in. Newell has an opportunity to give a very firm and strong challenge on Douglas Luiz there, but also keep possession of the ball. You don't have to make sure you hit Luiz, but then you're kicking the ball out of play. Get the ball down. You've got Diego and Campbell around you there just to get possession. But again, it's Olsen. He's getting pressed by Martin Boyle there, just the composure, just to say, you know what, I'm not going to force it, I'm not going to go long, I'm just going to find Torres, be calm, collected. Excellent goalkeeping.
Villa have got a couple of interesting away trips in the Premier League, either side of these ties. On Sunday they go to Burnley to take on Vincent Kompany's side, and then the following week they're going to Anfield. So a couple of tricky away days coming up, and if they get another goal, I think the tie's already over, Chris, if we're brutally honest, but if they get another one, then maybe he can rest his team in that next leg next week. Here now is Diaby. He's going past one, goes past two, but Johan actually did really well defensively there, just to ease Diaby off the ball, and it's all the way through to Marshall. It is 4-0 here. You just joined us live on TalkSport 2. It's Europa Conference League playoff action at Easter Road. Hibbs 0, Villa 4. The headline tonight, Ollie Watkins with a hat-trick. The final goal confirmed by VAR after it was initially ruled out. Here go Hibbs down the other end, and again they're offside. Now, I've got to ask you now, that's probably 10 times they've been caught offside. Is that because you're playing a better defender and you're worried that you've got to get right on the final inch and so you can beat him, or is that just silly?
No, you've got an argument there, Mark. I've got to say with Martin Boyle, with the pace that he's got, he doesn't have to do that. Yes, he's up against a different calibre of defender, but again, with the way that they can play the ball, with the quality that they've got defensively, if he reads it well and he times it perfectly, he's going to get opportunities in behind. Far too many times they've been offside. It must be so frustrating for Lee Johnson, because at that moment in time they had 2v3, and basically it was Torres was over the other side, so it was all this side. So he's got to make sure that he reads that line, looking across all the time, knowing that ball is coming more often than not direct.
Well, free kick after Leon Bailey was brought down on the near side. And Villa still got 33 minutes left here. Emery's still got his subs warming up away to our left-hand side. Likes of Matty Cash, Yuri Tillemans, Bertrand Traore all on the bench.
It's scary when you actually look at the bench. I've got to say Matty Cash for me has to have some sort of little niggle or something to be on the bench, because with the performance.
Here's Bailey down the sideline. That is the only change he made. Here's Konza now. Matty Cash missing out was the only change from the weekend's win. There's now Kamara. Did he handle that? I think he did inadvertently, but the referee determines that is a free kick for Hibernian. 4-0, 33 to go on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, no surprise to me. I think you look at Tillemans, Traore, Duran, the quality and riches that Aston Villa have. I'm surprised that he hasn't made a change just on the fourth goal alone. But like you say, it's a good little run out, and it does take 2, 3, 4, 5 games to get up to speed, get that kind of match sharpness in the legs as well, no matter what kind of pre-season you have as well. So this is doing its job in that sense also.
It is. But we must mention as well, it's only Villa's third game of the season. This is Hibernian's 8th game already. So the game's coming thick and fast for Hibernian as well. As Villa trying to play keep ball over on the far side. And it is out for a throw-in. Unai Emery still looks on. It's not been a happy 500th appearance as a manager for Lee Johnson. He's somewhere in the dugout down below us. It's been a tough old evening for them. It was a big night, big crowd in at Easter Road, but they didn't quite get enough pressure on early on to make Villa sweat. And once Villa had scored, it was a question of how many, and they have slowed it down a little bit now, but the problem that Hibernian have got, other than it turning into a testimonial game where Villa are just allowed to pass it around for half an hour, if they go chasing the ball, Chris, that's what Villa wanted. They're just waiting, aren't they?
Well, that's how the fourth goal came about. You know, it was all Hibernian, and all of a sudden when they've left a few little holes in behind because they're getting a little bit of success putting Aston Villa under that pressure. 3 passes it was, and the ball's in the back of the head.
Here they are now, and it's Watkins in down the left-hand side. He's got Bailey with him. He'll square it to Diaby. Nice first touch, and he's put it wide. It got blocked in the end, but that was a chance, a huge chance for 5-0. Good defending from Hibernian.
Yeah, it was fantastic defending. I've got to say it's Lewis Stevenson that got the block in there from Diaby. It was great, excellent play. Found at the edge of the box. He's manipulated the ball, moved it, opened the goal. Stevenson with a very, very timely challenge.
Yeah, it was. It's going to be a corner here for Aston Villa. They lead by 4-0. Half an hour remaining here. But that was very unselfish from Ollie Watkins, and now it's Villa who are lining up on the edge of the penalty spot. I'm going to whip the ball in. Luca Dino's delivery ever since that first goal has been magnificent. There's a lot of running around. Leon Bailey's he's standing in the goal as it's taken, headed back across goal and lands on the roof of the net. And that was a chance there. They should have done better than that. Villa heads it behind, and it is a goal kick.
Well, Ezzy Konsa is always going to be an absolute threat from those positions. Again, free header, just a little bit of movement, just that arcing your run, keeping your eye on the ball, has to be marshalled better for a defensive point of view. But Ken Konsa's looking to the sky there, free header, and he's headed it over. The goal has to go back where it came from with the quality that he's got. He's done that time and time again in the Premier League.
Ball downfield by Marshall. Ball with Kamara, just poked forward by Douglas Luiz. Bailey will give chase. He lays the ball back here to Kamara again and just roll it back to Diego Carlos. So no sign of any Aston Villa substitutes at the moment. You mentioned Chris Hibbs have got that big game with Livingston. No wins in their opening 2 in the Scottish Premiership. Pressure building maybe. Here now it's Diaby, gets it wide. Can Bailey get on the end of it? He was asked a lot of there. He's gone past his man too easily now. Squares it, looking for Watkins. Ball bouncing around edge of the area. And Villa there almost had too much time. They've got it back again. Now the break could be on going the other way because Johan has got it wide on the right hand side. There's plenty of movement inside. Boyle's screaming for it. Johan's got past his man, puts the ball in, and Carlos will clear it away. Needed to be played a touch early, you feel, there by Hibernian. That was a better chance as they've created. At least there was some movement in the middle there.
Yeah, it was fantastic play from Johan down that right hand side. He just opened up. Torres couldn't keep up with him. The ball was always coming in, and it's just that execution. He's got to put it between the last defender and goalkeeper there for Martin Boyle, who was in an excellent position, but just it was easily cut out for Carlos, who defensively I think he's been outstanding tonight. I think positioning wise, going winning in his headers, but very comfortable on the ball as well.
4-0. The voice of Chris Owellamo, former Scotland international. And now Hibbs come forward looking, remember it is only the first leg. You mentioned looking for a consolation, but if they could get a goal then who knows, but you get the feeling it is only pride at stake now for Lee Johnson's side, who have been outplayed. And what we must say, I know Villa have missed 1 or 2 good chances, but they have been pretty clinical, haven't they, when they've had their chances?
No, they have. Yeah, but it makes a difference for a striker or attacking player when you know that you're always going to get service coming in of the standards and the quality that it has been this evening. You know, I think from Adam Lafondra, for me, has to come on. You know, an absolute threat again. But as a striker, you're reliant on the service coming in from wide areas, and that's not been good enough tonight for Hibernian. Yeah.
Even then, when Johan got down that right-hand side, he probably had a chance a little bit earlier to put it in when Boyle had some space to run into, and he held on to it, and eventually the cross was blocked. Here's a long throw for Hibernian, then over on the far side. 27 remaining here at Easter Road. Double-header to come, Championship and Premier League action, as we're about to see Yuri Tillemans coming on. Signed from Leicester City, of course. He's about to make his way on. Not a bad replacement, I guess.
Well, you're looking at whoever he comes on for, it doesn't weaken the side in any way.
Here's a long throw. Can Hibbs get a header on the end of it? They do. It goes down, edge of the box. Here's Newell, the Birmingham City fan. Can he create a little bit of magic? Goes down. His pass wasn't the best. It's going to be picked up by Jego. He looks to work it down that Hibbs right, it'll fall to Johan now. He cuts in field. He's a threat with ball at his feet, but just showed too much of it there to the defence, and now the break is on. But Villa, just for the first time, quite happy to pop off a couple of passes. No real need to burst with speed, although Leon Bailey was screaming for it over the halfway line. He wants a goal as well, another one.
Yeah, of course he does. I think this is a game that they're really enjoying. I have to say, Johan has shown the quality that I expected of him in the second half. It's easy to play when you're 3-0 down and easy to drive. I expect to do that at 0-0, and he would have caused a lot of problems. It just makes Aston Villa think a little bit, maybe drop a little bit deeper and try and kind of put two on him or whatever it may be, because he is getting some success. But like you say, Aston Villa are playing this game at their own pace. When they want, they can just go up 2-3 passes and there's quality at the end of it.
And even after that fourth Ollie Watkins goal 5 minutes into the second half, they have had a couple of chances where maybe they just didn't quite produce the quality of ball into the box. Yuri Tillemans is still waiting. Unai Emery's still pushing and pointing his players around the field. Tillemans is waiting. He just needs the ball to go out of play. He'll be desperate for some action, Yuri Tillemans, one of the new signings that Villa have made. Here now is Diaby. I've been really impressed with him. Yep. Gets the ball away to Bailey. Bailey now has got a defender backtracking, and Bailey cuts one way, goes the other, cuts back onto his left foot, just showed too much of it. Hibbs defended that pretty well in the end. Now they need to find the ball downfield. They will find the ball downfield, but there should be Diego Carlos, and he gets it away to Ezri Konsa, and Konsa too easily just chipped the ball over his opponent Josh Campbell and got it back. Now McGinn will play it in. Watkins went down, it'll fall to Diaby, hits it first time on his left foot, but it's gone way over from 25 yards out. It remains Hibbs 0, Aston Villa 4.
Yeah, again, just completely in control, good quality. Ollie Watkins been an absolute just nuisance, hasn't he? I think even then out, he's fallen over and he still sets it perfectly for Diaby to come on and take it first time. It would have been a wonder strike if he scores from there, because he's got to wrap his foot around it as well. But confidence is high. He's been very impressive tonight. Some
neat interchanges of passing there. Now Diaby's got it back, takes it down on his instep, room 30 yards out from goal to turn. Invites Konsa to come forward, but Konsa then will go back, and Villa at the moment are just playing keep ball, and still Yuri Tillemans' way. He's been there about 5 minutes now waiting to come on. The ball just hasn't gone out of play. Here's McGinn. He's got Luca Dean out wide on the left hand side. Watkins suddenly comes alive. Now the ball fed back to McGinn. McGinn into the area, goes past one. Can he produce a cross? He can, but it's blocked and it's out for a corner to Aston Villa. Now we're going to see Yuri.
When the ball goes out for play there, it was Unai Emery. It was like Tillemans just looks at him and said, like, can I go on now? And he still wasn't going to go on, and he went, you know what, on you go.
Tillemans is coming on, and it's Boubacar Kamara who will make his way off. He's been neat and tidy, hasn't he, tonight?
Yes. Very, very tidy. I think always just finding the space, always an outlet for the defence to kind of get the ball into, and very, very good on the ball. Just kind of glides around, knows when to kind of stay away, allow Douglas Luiz to come in and get into those spaces. Very, very comfortable player.
They have looked a threat from set pieces all night, Aston Villa. They've got another one here as they look to add to their 4-goal advantage. Plenty of bodies, plenty of green and white shirts in the 6-yard box, hoping to keep them out. Ball is whipped in towards the near post, and it's headed away at the near post. That was a brave header. Marshall, I think, was worried that was creeping in. He was racing across his line, and it was headed behind for another corner.
Well, that was Venti there, I think, just seen the danger there, and I don't if it doesn't make a contact, I think Marshall's getting beaten at his near post there. Fantastic corner coming in, but good awareness and, like you say, anticipation from Dylan Venti there.
He's going to be whipped in again. Again, similar delivery. This time it hits the side netting, and it is behind for a goal kick. We shouldn't be surprised, of course. Douglas Luiz scored a couple of corners, didn't he, last year? Now here come the Hibbs changes. They're going to make plenty of them. 3 in total, about to make their way on. Christian Doige is coming on. He will replace Paul Hanlon. We're also seeing Dylan Vente going off the field. He's been replaced by Rocky Bashiri. And the final change to come on will be Jake Doyle-Hayes. So plenty of changes here for Hibernian.
Yeah, there is. Bashiri coming on, you know what you're going to get defensively, just got on the ball, that physicality. Christian Doige, it would have been a nice outlet for Doige to come on, that presence up top, go from back to front, a little bit more direct, and then just pick up second balls. I'm surprised that wasn't the option, because Johan was playing as that point and outlet from the get-go. I just felt that it's been bouncing and coming straight back, not really allowing Hibernian to go up the pitch with any momentum, really.
And also 2 changes for Aston Villa, who have withdrawn Leon Bailey and the hat-trick man Ollie Watkins. On into the action for Aston Villa have come Bertrand Traore and Jean Duran on for the Villa, who lead by 4. And now again Boyle is caught in an offside position, much to the annoyance of the Hibbs fans around us.
Again, just positioning wise, you must know that Hibernian, that you're not going to have the time to kind of dribble or drive with the ball, so that ball's going to come from back to front very, very quickly. You have to be switched on all the time and make sure that you're going to be in an onside position there. Laziness, I understand, but he doesn't expect the ball to come forward as quickly as that. They do get a lot more time in the Scottish Premiership. They're not getting it tonight at all, but they have to do better. Yeah,
they do indeed. There's a ball now with Villa. 21 minutes remaining. You're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson and Chris Owellamo here at Easter Road, where, quite frankly, it's been a stroll tonight for Aston Villa. As soon as they named 10 of the 11 that started against Everton at the weekend, you started to fear for Hibernian, but it's been a clinical performance, and Ollie Watkins' hat-trick has been the highlight of that. But here come Hibbs now, trying to get in behind, but the pass forward from Doige was just too much, and Olsen gets it back, and Tillemans does well, facing his own goal to get it away to Ezri Konsa.
See, I don't think that pass is a bad one from Christian Doige, and I think Martin Ball has to be on the go, really on the shoulder of Torres there. He's staying expansive, he's waiting, he wants the ball at feet. No, get yourself in behind, there's that much space. The weight of pass from Doige was good as well, but Martin Ball has to be on the go there.
Yeah, he does indeed. Hibbs have won it back, and now they're looking to play it forward, and all of a sudden they've got a little bit more of a threat up top, haven't they? They've gone long here, they're trying to get in behind, but Villa, just a little bit of pushing and shoving on the near side. I think it's Rocky Bashiri who's, in fact no, it wasn't, it was Johan, who was just told to calm it down. It's been a frustrating night, hasn't it, for the Hibbs attackers? Nothing's gone their way at all.
Yeah, but they have to take responsibility as well, Mark. I understand. Frustrating in the fact that, the service and the quality of service hasn't really been coming in from the wide areas, but when the ball's there coming up to feet, and it has to stick. You have to allow your midfield to get up and support you, and it's been bouncing off the likes of Johan Vente far too many times. Yeah,
Duran was having the shirt pulled off his back there, and it will be a free kick just short of the halfway line. 19 to go here on TalkSport 2. Don't forget, Gabriel Bonlahor and Alan Brazil on the TalkSport Breakfast Show tomorrow. And Max Aarons, a new signing at Bournemouth, will be joining Jim White and Simon Jordan tomorrow as well. All that to look forward to. If you've got the TalkSport app, you'll be able to listen. It's right between TalkSport and TalkSport 2. If you've not got it, it's free and available in all the usual places. Catch up with all any shows you might have missed, some of the podcasts as well. Loads of great content across the TalkSport network, and don't forget live boxing as well. Daniel Dubois taking on Alexander Usyk at the weekend. That could be a fiery atmosphere in Poland. We'll hear it live on TalkSport from 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Lots of Ukrainians expected in the crowd there, as Tillemans was almost sold out there by McGinn's pass, but he made light of it and got the ball back for Villa.
It's just little moments like that, again, one poor pass in the game to Tillemans. Doige is on the right thing, anticipating it as well, but just not enough physicality there. Go and let Tillemans know he's in a game there, especially with the way that Doige is as well. Positioning wise was excellent, but just have to get possession on the ball.
Here's Traore, wide on the right then. First chance for him to run at his defender, and he goes past him too easy onto his left foot, then goes onto his right, then he's brought down, and that's a penalty. And that is a stonewall penalty as they come. Traore skipped past his man, and he was chopped down, and Villa have got a chance to make it 5.
Well, I'm looking, I thought Bailey would grab the ball straight away, but obviously Douglas Luiz is asking for the ball, taking it down for the penalty, but it was fantastic there.
It is Douglas Luiz. Bailey, of course, just gone off, Chris, so it is going to be Douglas Luiz then. So David Marshall, can he keep out Douglas Luiz here, and that as clear a penalty as you will see. 17 remaining here at Easter Road, and Hibbs trying to keep the scoreline down here. Will it be 5 for Villa? Louise marks out his run up here against David Marshall. He stood right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Marshall in his luminous green strip jumping up and down on the line. Douglas Luiz moves across. Little stuttered run up, and he will stroke it in the bottom corner, and Villa lead by 5. It's job done for Unai Emery. The favourites are off to a flyer in the Europa Conference League. Villa 5-0 up against Hibernian.
Yeah, it's an excellent penalty from Douglas Luiz there. Yeah, apologies, Bertrand Traore there. You know, the way that he was manipulating the ball. You know, he just put that challenge on, and he just moved it, and he'd just taken him out. It was definitely a penalty kick, and Douglas Luiz, you know, his technique it's fascinating to watch. Just such a slow build up, watching the goalkeeper all the while, and then just sending him the wrong way. Excellent execution.
And of course, look, the tie was over anyway, but this is just allowing that extra goal. Unai Emery could literally name who he wants next week. Well, if Mike Cass did have a knock, Chris, he's going to be thrown into the action now, and he will replace Ezri Konsa. So it's just a straight swap. Konsa has been filling in at right back, and Cash back into the action. Yeah, well, like you say, it's a comfortable game. You know, he knows what you're going to get with Matty Cash, with the energy that he brings. You know, but sometimes you've got to manage a game and just think, shut up shop. You know, not take your foot off the pedal, but like you say, with the scoreline as it is, yeah, it's a comfortable game to come on. They're completely dictating it. Here come Hibbs. Oh, the pass there from Johan. He's got Doijun marked outside him on the touchline, and he just couldn't find him, and it's out for a throw-in. 15 to go here. To be fair, the Hibbs fans, they stayed and they're banging that drum away to our left, but it was always promised to be a tough night for them, and Villa haven't let them down in that respect. They've come here and they've paid ultimate respect to Hibernian, but they've put them to the sword. No, they have, and like you say, it was always going to be a big ask with the vast void in which he spent on the group of players and the worth of the squads. But like you say, it's a game of football, and they've out there, they've tried very hard to kind of get into the game, but just the quality is definitely kind of just let them down in that attacking area. Here's McGinn on halfway, gets it away. He got a few boos earlier on. The crowd have long forgotten about that. There's a bit more to worry about for Hibbs in this tie than booing John McGinn. It's 5-0, there are 14 minutes remaining. You're live on TalkSport 2. Mark Wilson, a former Scotland man. Chris Owellamo, as Hibbs trying to push out the field, but that's opened them up now. Look, now the ball goes out wide to Dean. McGinn is in the box, and he's about to be joined by John Duran. Ball into McGinn, lets it run all the way across goal, and it's side-footed wide by the Hibbs defender. Duran actually went down off the ball in his own half, and he just couldn't quite get there in time, could he? Corner for Aston Villa. Yeah, it was another great ball in from John McGinn, just alive to and aware that Duran and Traore were behind him. It's just knowing your player. You know what John McGinn's about. You play with him, you tune with him every day. He has that awareness, he has that quality about him. Someone's got to break their neck, and I understand he was on the floor, Duran, but break your neck to get there. I mean, full sprint, and he's making that, and he's tapping it into the back of the net and getting another goal. If he does. Yeah, it is a corner that is going to be taken. Luca Dean's actually going to play it short here. He's got Diaby with him. Diaby level with the edge of the area. Will just offload the ball to Tillemans. Now he finds Luca Dean. Dean with his right foot this time puts the ball in. It'll fall edge of the area. Is it going to fall on the volley? Well, a bit of a trick play there from Douglas Luiz, and the ball works its way back out to this near side. And Villa, maybe they're happy with the 5 that they've got, as Tillemans under pressure's lost it, and now, well, he pulls the player back. That should have been a free kick, and it will be a free kick. And again, if you're looking at cynical fouls, that was a yellow card, wasn't it? Yeah, the referee's seen it clear as day as well. And it's a yellow card for Yuri Tillemans there. He's lost possession. 2 Hibs players are bombing in behind. And yeah, the referee, in fairness, he's been consistent. He's not giving any when it's been blatant. No, he hasn't. There's a ball on halfway. 5-0 here. And Burnion's night ended really as soon as Ollie Watkins got the first of a hat-trick 2 in the first half, 1 in the second, and he missed 2 really good chances in the first half as well. But 3 for him. His season's well and truly up and running now. Goals as well from Leon Bailey and Douglas Luiz from the penalty spot. And it's 5-0 as Hibbs almost got in on the end of a bit of loose play there. Diego Carlos gets it away to Cash on the near side, and Cash finds a lovely pass to Traore, who finds Diaby. Diaby had his feet taken there but managed just to skip away, and now the ball played forward for Luca Dean. Dean on halfway, and Villa again just slow it down. No real rush for them, but the likes of Traore and Duran, they want goals. They want to show why they should be in the team.
Yeah, well, what a fantastic pass from Matty Cash into Britland Traore there. Great one-touch stuff into Diaby, and that, excellent energy as well, great quality. And of course, you want your goal, you want to, like you say, twist that sword.
Ball works its way out, and here is Traore now. Can he keep that ball in? He does. Traore now skips into the penalty area, up against his man who's already brought him down once. Ball on his left foot, onto his right. Pick your spot. He's trying to walk around the keeper, and it's cleared away by Marshall. That should have been 6-0. Ball with Tillemans, plays it edge of the area. Volley from Luca Dean, and it comes off a defender, and it's gone behind for a corner. But Traore there, he's trying to walk the ball in.
What a fantastic bit of individual quality from Bertrand Traore there. 4, 5, 6 players as well as David Marshall. He had to let it go. He had 3 opportunities to get the shot off and probably put it into the roof of the net. You can't walk it in there. You've just said he wanted the goal. That was what a chance that was for him to get one. Yeah,
that was a huge opportunity, wasn't it? I think if he got it onto his left foot, it looked like that was the opportunity, and once again he pulled it back onto his right, and the chance had gone for now. Ball going to be whipped in, is it? Well, it wasn't whipped in initially, and the ball was nicked away from Douglas Luiz, and Hibbs have kept that in, and Hibbs now are looking to launch an attack from deep inside their own half, and they'll try and play it in behind, but sadly for them, the man who was covering at the back for Villa was Diaby, who is so quick, and he gets the ball back to Robin Olsen. Still 5-0.
And in fairness, Johan can move as well, but there's just no competition there. Diaby, positioning wise, defensively does his job for the team. It just says a lot about the player when they're in complete control here.
Well, there'll be tougher tests to come down the road in the Europa Conference League for Aston Villa for sure. They've got the second leg to take care of next week, but they'll be looking forward, the Villa fans. Not many of them lucky enough to get a ticket tonight. About 500 or so of them here tonight. They've been in great voice. They'll have enjoyed the trip out to Edinburgh, and there might just be one more goal in it as Diaby comes forward now. He's got Traore out wide on the right. Traore again has defenders backing off. He's into the area. He'll square it for Diaby. It'll break here for McGinn. McGinn couldn't get to it. Tillemans was blocked by the referee, but still Villa keep the ball. Cash wanted it wide on the right. He'll get it now. Cash midway inside the Hibbs half. Lee Johnson just comes out to have a word with the fourth official. He's not happy with something that's gone on down there. I'm not entirely sure what it is, as Villa have given it away. Just a little bit of showboating in the midfield there. Tillemans is dispossessed again. It just got a bit scrappy, but look at 5-0. As now there could be a chance here. The offside flag this time hasn't gone up, and Johan is into the area now. Oh, he miscontrols it, and he runs it out. He's wandering into the box. He has a look up to see who's inside him, and as he's got it under control on his left foot, it hits the end of his right toe and goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't know why he's looking up there. I think if he takes that touch and he goes into the goal of Olsen, he's going to get an opportunity. Yeah, he's getting hunted down by the likes of Matty Cash and Carlos there, but he's trying to pass it into Boyle in the centre of goal. Go for goal yourself there, Johan. Go and ask that question, and like you say, just miscontrol the ball because his head's not. He takes his eye off the ball. 8 minutes to go here. A reminder of that double header on Friday night, live and exclusive right here on TalkSport 2. Hull City take on Bristol City, live in the Championship. Jim Proudfoot with the former Leeds and Rotherham boss Neil Redfern. And over on TalkSport on Friday night, Chelsea against Luton, 8 o'clock start. Hugh Rosencroft is with Joe Shannon, the former Chelsea man Scott Minto. And then on Saturday, game day exclusive, Bournemouth Tottenham, live only on TalkSport, 12:30. That's followed up by Manchester United against Nottingham Forest, as there's going to be a corner here. There's a bit of pushing and shoving. Villa thought they were going to get a corner. Referee's going to give a free kick. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot in that there. Bashiru and Duran came together. I don't even think it's a free kick, but like you say, the referee's called it. I'm not sure if it was the linesman that's given it, but Duran's went over straight away. to the shade there and just kind of helped him up, and there's a few comments, but the referee got right in the mix.
5-0, 7 remaining, live on TalkSport 2 tonight. Ball played forward is won back by Villa. Traore is dispossessed and it's out for a throw-in. We've seen Cameron Archer is in the midst of a move to Sheffield United today. Do you think Villa will get any more players in during the end of the window?
Well, I think they have to. You know, we were talking about Ollie Watkins getting what a hat-trick this evening, but if Ollie Watkins gets an injury, you know, I don't think they've got a like-for-like or a striker that can do what he does. And saying that, Duran's come on and been really impressive. But you look at the mobility of Watkins as well, and that aerial threat, you know. So I'll be very surprised if they don't kind of venture into the transfer market again.
Yeah, Alex Crook will key up today with all the latest movings of comings and goings. If you've got the TalkSport app, you'll not miss any of the end of the window either, be it on TalkSport or here on TalkSport 2. I think Villa, I won't say they've declared, but I think they've decided that 5 might just be enough.
Yeah, you can see now they've sat a little bit, they've not got that intensity way that they press, but it's one of them, they allow Hibernian to have it, and then when they get possession of the ball, you know that they're comfortable, they'll keep possession, they'll move Hibernian around, and they get themselves into attacking areas. And what they do have that Hibernian don't is individual players that can drive and take on 2-3 players and create on the back end of that as well.
Well, it could be a chance now, because Duran has got the ball, he tries to find Diaby, but the pass was just behind him, and they'll pick the ball back up here. Hibbs inside their own area, 5 to go. Credit the Hibbs fans, they're making plenty of noise here, but they've been outclassed really by the Claret and Amber. Aston Villa winners in 1982, the European Cup winners. Is Unai Emery going to bring European glory back to Villa Park? You wouldn't rule it out, Chris, would you?
No, exactly. You know, I think it's they're the favourites for this competition, especially with the manager as well. You know, it's all about having that momentum in the Premier League as well, and I think if you get the balance right, they've got the quality and depth to ask questions on both fronts.
What a pass from Olsen finds Moussa Diaby, who just holds it up on halfway. He'll find Cash. Cash comes to Traore, who's keen to run at his man on this near side, and not for the first time. It's a bundling foul there from Hibbs. Well, they've not stopped trying, Hibbs, but it's not been their night, and you get you wonder what kind of squad that Lee Johnson will send to Villa Park next week.
Yeah, well, the Premiership has to take priority. I understand that, but the tie's over. You know, it's going to be a difficult one, because it's about not going there and not having the same again. And he's went very strong tonight, and they've been nowhere near. I know you need a lot to kind of fall in your favour as well, decisions to go your way, but you still got to be a threat in front of goal, and they've not really asked enough questions. No,
they haven't, and there could be more pain to come as Duran tried to work his way over the halfway line. Neat little bit of play there though, lovely skill from Joe Newell, but referee will bring it back for a foul, so Newell will get his side a free kick in the centre circle. 3 minutes remaining. Hibbs are going to make one final change here down below us, and they are bringing on Alan Delferriere. He's coming on, and a warm ovation for Joe Newell, who gets a standing ovation in fairness to him. Not the night he would have wanted a Birmingham fan against Aston Villa on the end of a 5-0 scoreline, but he'll remember it all the same.
He definitely will remember it. You know, he's had moments tonight himself, he's put in a few kind of strong challenges, but you know, as a footballer, he knows he can get on the ball and dictate a lot more, but you've got to get close to the likes of Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, and it's a big ask.
It is. It's easy to talk about, it's a bit more difficult to do, isn't it? Ball now works its way out on the Hibbs left hand side. Lewis Stevenson looking for the ball back now. Can he get a cross in? He can find a cross. Will it find a teammate? Brought down edge of the area. Almost a chance, but Pau Torres steps in and he plays it forward to Duran, who now lays it off. Villa are about to spring forward, and I think we see the answer no. I think they have decided now that enough is enough, and Traore, 15 minutes or so ago would have been racing down the touchline. He's happy just to lay the ball off, and Tillerman's happy to get a touch of it here. Cash will have it, he'll roll it back, and Villa happy to play out the final couple of minutes here. Well, John McGinn keeps making runs forward. I wonder if he would like a goal tonight. Well, he's played it in behind here. Can Luca Dean get on the end of it? No, he can't. Strong challenge goes in. Dean fell heavily to the ground there. He might need a bit of treatment. Luca Dean, he's down, gets up on his feet. I think he just landed awkwardly there, didn't he, Chris?
Yeah, it was a good, strong challenge, but clean challenge from Lewis Miller there. And Dean, he's been outstanding tonight. Up and down, defensively does his job. But again, always asking that question in behind. And John McGinn, great way to pass as well. But they have been excellent tonight, Aston Villa.
They have indeed. Here now forward come Hibbs looking for a consolation. But turned away before Doral Hayes lays it off over on the far side. And I guess the only remaining question is how long will be added on. We're into the 90th minute now. Nice little flick round the corner. Hibbs have got it back here. Ball will break on this near side to Deutsch, level with the edge of the area. Johan is dispossessed, but he was offside again, and Deutsch just throws his arms up in the air. That's a 5-yard pass, and his teammate is stood looking across the line. He's offside.
Yeah, it can't be. Time and time again, it's been, and like you asked the question, is it because they're playing against better defenders, they're trying to kind of steal that yard all the time? You can't because better defenders just go, alright then, step up, they understand the game. So it's you have to, too many times it's happened. You've got to learn very, very quickly. You're not going to get away with that this evening.
No, but Villa once again have given it away, and Deutsch will bring it forward. Hibbs might get one late chance. Troyer's having to come back and do some defending. Johan has it 20 yards out, working his way from left to right across the 18-yard box, goes past another one. He's run from one side of the box to the other. Still no shot comes in. The ball breaks, and frustration again from the Hibbs fans. I didn't quite catch how long is to be added on there. 3 minutes added on as we work our way forward now. Villa have got a chance here. Here's a one late chance. Duran has it. He's got Diarra with him. He's going to shoot from distance, and well, it was a selfish effort, and it was well wide.
Yeah, it was a very selfish effort from Duran there, and the look that he got from Diarra as well. I don't think he was too happy with the decision to shoot from 40 yards there.
Yellow card late in the piece there, over on the far side. Oh, and then a bit of pushing and shoving. Frustration boiling over for Hibernian. And that was Boyle, it was, with a foul. And that will just stop proceedings for a moment, as we're into added on time here. Hibbs 0, Aston Villa 5. You're live on TalkSport 2. Don't forget, tomorrow night we've got the first round of the PGA Tour Championship. The FedEx Cup playoffs will finish on Sunday night. A big pot of gold on the horizon. Who will take out the championship? You'll hear it live on TalkSport 2 as McGinn down over halfway gets it away. Had Digne outside him. Welcome along the listeners on TalkSport 2 tonight. It's been a stroll for Aston Villa. Hibernian 0, Aston Villa 5 here at Easter Road on TalkSport 2. The highlights for Villa, and hat-trick for Ollie Watkins, 2 in the first half, and he rounded it off courtesy of a decision from VAR 5 minutes into the second half. A goal for Leon Bailey, and it was 3-0 to Villa at the break, and Douglas Luiz with a penalty after Traore was brought down. Wrapped up proceedings. We've just seen Cash into the area here, hoping to get a 6. We're in a 3 added on minutes in this one. Chris Awelamo, Scotland striker, former Scotland striker alongside me. Villa named a strong side and put in a magnificent performance. Just too good.
No, they've been excellent. I think whatever the game's thrown at them, they've dealt with it. Been very, very comfortable in possession. Every time they go forward, they're an absolute threat. I think the goals they've scored tonight, Dean on that left-hand side, the energy up and down, but quality end product all the time. And he must be an absolute delight to play with. As a striker, Ollie Watkins always making the run, knowing that he's getting that quality service from both flanks, but they've been completely in control. Like I say, Hibernian have had moments where they've got into that attacking third, but just that final pass, that final little bit of quality's let them down. Been nowhere near. You've got to be brave. You've got to get in the ball, you've got to get those little passes in and go into the match. Aston Villa have not allowed Hibernian to do that tonight.
Well, they named 10 of the 11 that started against Everton at the weekend. Unai Emery's side came here to do a job, and they have done it. We're in the final few seconds here on TalkSport 2, but it's tie over surely. Hibernian 0, Aston Villa 5.